Hi, I'm Bill Woodard. This is the June edition of the Smith County Chamber Corner. And guess what? We're going to be talking about the Smith County Fair on the River. So you stay tuned. We are here at the Smith County Ag Center, and our guest here is Mr. Stan Webster. Stan, I'm not sure what your title is, so I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell them your title.
Well, I don't know whether, Bill, I don't know whether I've got a title or not, but actually Anthony Apple and I consider ourselves co-chairman.
Okay.
He has certain responsibilities, and I have certain responsibilities, and we kind of,
Kind of split it together.
Kind of split it up. It's more than one person. More than one person would probably want to undertake. And some of the things he does out with the tractor pull and things like that, I have no knowledge of. Things I do with the entertainment stages, he has no knowledge of. So we make a pretty good team.
Well, yeah, you guys make a good team. I've noticed about a week before the fair, you guys look kind of stressed. And then as the week goes on, about the middle of the next week when the fair is going on, you guys start getting more relaxed. So
we get a little
I think
more
it's
relaxed.
good.
Regardless of what a lot of people think, that we come over here on Monday of the fair, and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon we open the gates and it's just all here. It takes about a year to get ready for that to happen.
Oh yeah, well it doesn't magically appear like you would think.
No.
That's for sure. It takes a lot of work. Well, you got a good committee behind you too.
Oh, we have. Listen, we've got our executive committee and all of our volunteers. In particular, I can't say enough about our junior fair board. These kids are stepping up. They're our future. They're we had a get together for them last night, and I think it was like 22 or 3 came. And they're our salvation.
Oh yeah,
they do a lot of the grunt work for us out there in the parking lots and things like that.
Oh yeah, well it's indispensable to have them to be able to work with you. Notice we got the fair guide that's come out, and you can come by the Chamber of Commerce. You can go by. Let me let you tell. Where can you pick one of these up?
Oh, you can pick them up at the Chamber of Commerce. You can pick them up at any of the banks. We'll have them extension office. We'll probably have some to co-op. They've just gotten in town, so we've not got them distributed yet. They will be in the Carthage Courier the week of June the 2nd. So everybody that subscribes to the Courier or go buy you a Courier, there'll be one in it. So that's another way to get them. But the program's out. And like I say, Bill, last year's program, and if you'll notice the cover, hold that cover back up there. Okay. Amy Waggoner, we have a contest each year. This is, there again, something that Anthony came up with. We have a contest. Last year, I think Poindexter Girl won it.
Right.
This year, Amy Waggoner won it. Our last year's fair program placed second in the state. And now this is all divisions, 45 or 6 entries, and our program placed second. Carthage Courier does it for us, and they do a phenomenal job.
Well, we've always had good folks here, good artists, and people that can do things like this. When I was thumbing through, you got a lot of entertainment. Wilson
Bank Stage, right.
Yeah.
We've done just a little bit of changing around this year. The Wilson Bank Stage will start at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9:30. And then at 9:30 is we back the cash giveaway back up to 9:30. So we've kind of changed our times. The Rotary Stage starts at 6:30. It ends at 8. The Wilson Bank Stage starts at 8 and ends at 9:30. Our Wilson Bank Stage on Monday, June the 30th, we've got Roger Reeves and David Turner. That's the magician and the ventriloquist. We have them each year. Tuesday, July 1st, we've got a group called El Dorado. Now, Tuesday is free night. Todd and Angie at Safeway, they write us a check for the gate, so there's no charge whatsoever. For you can come to the fair for nothing. All you're going to be at is if you ride for your rides, or if you eat, you pay for your eats. So you can see the motor events, you can see the pageants, you can see El Dorado. Then Wednesday night, Scott Steele. Scott's a local boy. His group will be here on the Rotary stage. And then Thursday, we've got Morning Farm Report. There again, they're another local group. And also Thursday night, Buddy Jewell is playing inside for the 104.1 concert for Dennis and his concert. Then Friday night, Randy Harris and the Victors. They're based out of Gladeville, Tennessee. And Saturday night, we're going to wind it up with Josh Winfrey and Tennessee Outlaw Country. So that's what we'll have up here on this stage. And like I say, we've kind of changed the times up, and we've backed the cash giveaway back up to 9:30. We had it last year. We bumped it up, I think, to 10 o'clock or something like that, and that was just too late. So we had some people that didn't, suggested that we back it up. So
the drawings are going to be a little earlier this year?
They'll be at 9:30. They'll be where they were up until last year. When something works, you don't need to try to fix it. Well, we tried to fix it and it didn't work. so we had a lot of people that were leaving before Anthony got an opportunity to give away Citizen Bank's money. So we backed that up. And then again, the 3rd, our fireworks show will be at 9:30 as well. So it'll be the cash giveaway and the fireworks.
Okay, so a lot of the things are culminating right at 9:30. Now the Rotary stage, it's 6:30 to 8.
It's 6:30 to 8. That's correct. And it's over in our Pioneer Village. And I would like to say we're going to have a new look at Pioneer Village. We've added some lighting, and we're going to have a kids area. It'll be run by our juniors. And I don't know if any of you have ever been to Oktoberfest and seen the kids area there, but Dana Jones is bringing some of that stuff up here. There'll be a corn pit for the kids to play in the corn and hunt things. There'll be an apple tree to pick apples, a place to gather eggs, a cow, and all sorts of things. And there'll be some juniors running it. It's going to be in the Pioneer Village, and we'll have Funnyland Farms. They'll have their yoga goats over there so the kids can pet the goats and the different animals. So we're going to try to make it more kid-friendly over there. And on that stage, of course, we start it at 6:30 because, it's kind of hot then.
Right.
And it's shady over there. So we started at 6:30 on Monday night, Larry Watts and Caney Fork Bluegrass. Tuesday night, we got the Kempville Choir. Wednesday night, the Smith County Men's Chorus. Thursday night, we got the Packard Family Strings. Now, this is a group from down toward Nashville. It's a bunch of kids, and they're phenomenal. They're unbelievable. They've agreed to come. And then, of course, Friday night, July the 4th, we got our apple pie contest. And I might say Julie Wright won the contest here last year and went on and won the state contest.
Yeah.
And then her pie was auctioned off at a benefit for the 4-H'ers, and I've forgotten what it brought. It brought like $3,000 or $4,000 or something to benefit the 4-H'ers. And then Saturday night, we've got a group called Ghost Town Bullets. A young man by the name of Preston London called me, and he said, I'd like to talk to you about our band. We have a band, and we'd like to play the fair. Well, I get calls all year, people wanting to play the fair, and we try to use local. And I said, well, where do you live, son? And he said, just across the street from the fairground. And I said, okay. And we get to talking, and I said, well, I could possibly work you in Pioneer Village on Saturday night if you'd like to play. And I said, now, do you know where Pioneer Village is? He said, oh, yes, sir. He said, I direct the traffic up in the parking lot. He said, I'm one of your junior fair board members. I've been a junior fair board member for 2 years. So we've actually got a group that our junior fair board they have a band. So
Preston, he's with a community wellness, and so he knows the community pretty well.
Right. So they're going to wind it up on Saturday. I try to use as many local groups as I can. The money we use to pay them, and we don't have a lot of money to pay them, but it comes from UCEMC Cares grants. That's what that money goes for, to pay our craftspeople, our broom maker, our chair bottomers, our woodworkers, this and that, be able to give them just a little bit to put in their pocket to cover their expenses for coming. So we use our cares money for that. And I did mention, Bill, we're bringing the fireworks back this year.
Yeah, it's over here on the page.
It's going to be on July the 3rd. There's 2 or 3 reasons for doing it then. Number one, it was the only time we could get the company that we were dealing with to shoot it because they were booked up for the 4th of July. Number 2, we felt like that people might come out for this, for everything we've got going on, for everything we've got going on that night with the Buddy Jewell concert and everything, we might get larger crowd. And I want everybody to understand, I know we got a lot of flack last year for not doing it, but the cost of a fireworks show it's gotten ridiculous. McDonald's stepped up this year, and they were very generous with us. But with that being said, this is a one-and-done deal with Rain and the company we're dealing with, because just after we inked the contract to do business with them, the tariffs hit. And Rain called me, and she said, Mr. Stan said, a shot that I was paying $8 for yesterday is going to cost me $17. And the only place in the world that pyrotechnics are made is China. So if the tariff stays on, I dare say we will not be able to afford a fireworks show in the future. Nobody will be able to afford it. It would be cost prohibitive. But so everybody come out and enjoy it. Enjoy it this year. For $5, you can see the fireworks show, Morning Farm Report, the Packard Family Strings, Buddy Jewell, the stuff that we've got going on in the arena that Dale will have going on, the motor events. You can do a lot on July the 3rd for that $5 investment.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I want to hit, we've hit the entertainment, the fireworks, and the stages and everything, but a lot of times people don't realize you guys are really organized on parking and getting people to the gate, and so they're not going to have a lot of trouble getting up here to the gate to get in.
No trouble. We use U-Cart vans. We have 2 or 3 of those running from the parking lot to the gate. We had, I think, 10 or 11 carts last year to haul people with needs. Now, they're not for everybody. If you're able to walk, we ask you to walk. But if you're not, we've got a cart. We'll take you wherever you need to go. We actually have a handicap parking area now up at the back gate. Dolly Etherly allowed us to use some of her property with the stipulation we could use it for parking, but we had to have a certain number of handicap parking spaces. So we've done that, and you go to handicap parking, we'll send a cart, we'll bring you wherever you need to go, and we'll take you back.
That's wonderful, and I knew it's always been good. You guys have always taken care of people like that, but I think people need to know that.
Right. We try to take care of them because, hey, you and I are getting older. We're going to need that before long.
Well, I hadn't noticed, Stan.
We're going to need that before long. And also, I'd like to say we could not do what we do for a $5 gate if we didn't have our corporate sponsors. Now, I'm not going to try to read all of them off or mention them, but of course, our big sponsor is Todd and Angie with Safeway. What they give us for that Tuesday night gate, they just basically pay us for that gate. And our big sponsors are Bates Ford, Citizens Bank, DTC, Sanderson Funeral Home, Wilson Bank, and then McDonald's. And then we have lesser sponsors all the way down to people that just hand us a $100 bill and say we want to be part of the fair. We couldn't have 3 sources or 4 sources of entertainment. And I go to a lot of fairs. I visit a lot of fairs, and you'll go to a fair our size, and they maybe have one night of musical entertainment. Hey, we got 2 stages going every night, and some nights 3. And they may have 1 or 2 nights of something in the arena, or maybe 1 or 2 nights of livestock. We have some sort of livestock in the barn every night of the fair. There's some sort of livestock here on the grounds.
Well, this is a true county fair, and in the sense of county fairs from time past, but it's still got some of the modern stuff on it. The James Gang is your
James Gang's our
operator.
carnival, and if you'll notice in the program, they're bringing a lot of new rides. Rodney said that we're bringing new rides, so I don't know what they'll be. I'll know next week. They'll be in Cookeville with setting their stuff up, and then the next week they'll be going to Clay County, and then they'll be over in DeKalb County the week before they come to us. But there will be different rides here to what there is at DeKalb County. So if you go visit DeKalb County, and I encourage you to, don't say, well, I'm not going to Smith County because they got the same rides. That's not the case. They will actually be setting up rides here while they're in DeKalb County running rides. So
Right.
It's going to be a completely. Some of the rides will be the same, but the majority of the bigger ones will be different. And then the next year they'll rotate. We'll get what DeKalb had this year.
Well, it's a great fair, and and like we tout, it's the only one on the river in the state.
It's the only one on the river in the state, and we're blessed, by the way, to have the James Gang. I don't know what. There's a lot of fairs that you can't find carnivals, traveling carnivals. They're going out of business like flies dropping. Their expenses have gotten ridiculous. The majority of the stuff there, again, they import. The rides are basically all built overseas. So I don't know how the tariffs is going to affect them. But anyway, we invite you to come out, and if you see something that you don't think's right, you come to me or Anthony or anybody you see with a red shirt or any of the guys that are say, tell us what it is. It won't do any good to tell us the week after the fair.
Right,
if you
exactly.
see something that I can't say enough about our local Sheriff's Department and South Carthage Police Department providing their security, the rescue squad and what they do for us in the parking. It's a total community effort. I just told one of the county employees came through here just a minute ago. I have never seen the facility, the grounds, in this good a condition 4 weeks out from the fair. I mean, it's immaculate.
Yeah,
David and his crew, David Langford and that crew, they are doing a fantastic job.
They sure are.
Of keeping this facility going.
They're doing a wonderful job, and it's good to have folks like that are helping us out.
And something else, Bill, you guys with the chamber running our information booth, that takes a load off of us.
Well, we appreciate you allowing us to do that. It's something that we look forward to every year, and I'm going to bring my cooling fan again this year. Right. So everybody seems to like that. They'll come stand in front of it for a little bit, get cooled off, and then go back to the fair.
And then they'll go up to food court. And listen, we've got one of the best food courts on the planet.
I agree.
We try not to double up, and Moose does a good job of keeping that going. So.
Yeah, Mr. Moose Tyree, he does a great job. He's almost as good as Dale Shoemake.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I don't know if he'll ever come up to that, but
he's a bit more organized, I think. He's a bit more particular, I guess would be the word. Yeah. A bit more particular.
Of course, we just saw Dale walk in, so that's the reason we're talking about it.
We can pick on him.
But hey, and Stan, I don't know, have we missed anything? Is anything else you got?
Well, we missed a lot of stuff. There's no way we can hit it all, but I'm hoping Dale and the girls over there, the queens and all that, I hope they'll hit it.
Well, if you are thinking about coming to the fair, you'll get one of these in the mail if you are living in Smith County. And if you don't, come by the chamber or one of the banks or several other places and pick you up one of these and look through it. And like Stan mentioned, the people that are sponsoring this year couldn't do it without them.
We couldn't do it without them.
And you need to look at that and see who's sponsoring this and go and visit them and tell them you appreciate them supporting events here in Smith County and supporting the fair.
One other thing, Bill. We kept our season passes at $20 this year, and they're available at 2 or 3 of the banks, co-op, different places. But you can buy a season pass for all 7 days now, because we actually have events on the Saturday before.
Right.
Tractor pull, antique tractor pull.
There's the archery contest. There's
archery
several
contest,
things.
the antique car show, all that the Saturday before. So you can actually come 7 days for $20.
Yeah. And that's a bargain.
It's a bargain.
You can't go anywhere for that anymore.
No. I know they had. I noticed. I heard the other day they had wrestling over here for 2 hours, and it was $47 for a front row seat, and $25 for general admission, and $5 to park. And I'm sitting there thinking, people complain when we charge them $5, they can come see 2 concerts. They can see what Dale's got a demolition derby going on. We got a beauty pageant going on, and some of the best eating in the world. And they were paying $47 for 2 hours worth of wrestling.
Well, what you're trying to say, it's the best bargain for your money that you're ever going to get.
You got it.
And I agree.
Bill, thank you, buddy.
Fair. Thank you, Stan. Appreciate you coming. Folks, come to the fair. Okay, we're still here in the Ag Center, and we've got some new guests here. Ladies, I want to ask you, if you would, to introduce yourself and tell them what aspect of the fair you're involved in.
I am Emily Wade, your 2024 Smith County Fairs to the Fair.
I'm Jonna Craighead, and I'm your pageant chairperson for Smith County Fair.
All right, and ladies, there's a lot more into a pageant than I think even people can realize. I don't know which perspective to go with first, so I guess, Ms. Wade, we'll just try to start with you, but I want to say something. You're a senior at Tennessee Tech.
Yes.
Is that right?
I am.
And you're a biology and
Psychology
major.
Yep.
And you're going to be graduating here soon.
Here soon, very, very soon.
Soon. And, I know I'm getting a little deep in the weeds here, but do you have plans past that? Have you got? Are you going to stay around here? Are you moving away? What's going on?
I'll actually go on to physician's assistant school after I graduate Tennessee Tech. From there, I plan to come back as a physician's assistant and work somewhere around here. I would love to come back and give everybody health care, especially around here in Smith County. But as of right now, I am just going to go to physician's assistant school and see where it goes.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. And of course, I brag on them all the time. We've got a wonderful Riverview Regional, Ascension St. Thomas, High Point Health. They got several names. But we've got a wonderful group of physicians and a hospital here. So I hope you get to be a part of that if you want to.
100%. It's definitely in my mind.
And Jonna, kind of tell a little bit about yourself. I know you're involved in the pageants here.
Yeah, so I, of course, help with the pageants here at the fair, and then I also teach middle school at Smith County Middle School. I teach 7th grade English. I'm the head cheer coach at the middle school, so I'm very involved in the youth of our community, and I love that because I feel like I'm giving back to the community that once gave to me. So I try really hard to stay involved and to give to the youth as much as possible.
Yeah, my wife had the privilege of being the cheer coach at Gordonsville High for about 10 years, and that's exciting. And well, I'll just say it's exciting.
It is. There's
really
a lot that goes into cheer, kind of like the pageants that people don't even realize until you get into it.
Yeah, the one thing she started while she was there, she got some of the football players to be catchers and do things like that, and that was new over at Gordonsville, and everybody liked it. So things like that, you can innovate and do things like that. But anyway, we're here to talk about the fair and the pageant. So why don't you tell us what's going on with the pageant, and then we'll let Miss Wade kind of chime in.
Absolutely, yeah. So we have categories from 0 years of age all the way up until age 55. Our registration deadline is Sunday, June 29th, and I'm going to let Emily elaborate a little bit more on that day because we'll be having a practice from 1 to 3, but we'll be doing a little bit something before that. That's really exciting and new to our fair this year. Like I said, we have all ages. If you're interested in getting a form, you can pick up a form at the Turner Building at the Register of Deeds office with Miss Jerry Lynn Vaden Malone. And then we also have them online on our fair website or on our Facebook page, and that's called Smith County Fairs to the Fair. I'll let Emily tell you guys a little bit about her time as Miss Fairs to the Fair and a little reason why she decided to do this.
I'll first start off and talk about June 29th, like Jonna just said. Something new that we're going to incorporate this year is a Queen's Tea, and that's going to be at 12 p.m. on June 29th. And that is just going to look like all of the girls that are wanting to compete. They can come, they get to hang out with me and Jonna, and we're going to have snacks, and that's just a thing that you guys can come and you can ask questions about the fair, or maybe if you have questions about the pageant that you just don't know what you want to wear or how you want to do your hair, you can come and ask us and just come and hang out with us, and we'll answer all of those questions.
Well, that's a great thing you're doing. You're kind of taking the edge off of it for them.
Yes.
Because I would think being involved in a pageant would be a little bit nerve-wracking, just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah, that's what I would think. So that's good that you guys are doing that. And plus, I don't know, what is the youngest age you have?
0 to 6 months.
Okay, so you're starting out early with some of the smaller ones. If they can hang around with people like Emily, that kind of gives them a little more. What is the word? I'm like reserve.
It's like a guidance.
Guidance. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. That's wonderful that you're doing that.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else that we need to talk about as far as the pageants? I know we would like to have contestants sign up.
Yes, 100%. Anybody that wants to come, like John just said, 0 to all the way up to 55, we want you here. We want you to try to get this crown.
There you go.
But also just having this title, especially to me, it has been such an honor this whole year to be able to represent Smith County, and just having everyone open their arms to me and love me just throughout my whole entire year has really meant the world to me. Going into this pageant, I did not expect to win. I did it, honestly, I wanted to wear my pageant or my prom dress again, and all my nieces were doing it, so I thought it'd be something fun to do. And here I am a year later. I have the crown, I have the title, and this year has taught me a lot about myself and also about Smith County. I love the hometown feel that I get here, and I love that just you can look at anybody and they become your best friend. But my why over the last year has definitely changed. I went from wanting to wear my prom dress again to now I get to help a community. Over the last year, I have raised money and clothing for the Relative Caregiver Program, which is a program that so all of those proceeds went to a program that if a child is being raised by a relative that isn't their mother or their father, we give them money and clothes and anything they may need throughout that process of raising someone that is not your own child. So I got to raise money for that, and that was just something that I really loved.
Well, that is a wonderful program, and there are a lot of people that are doing that nowadays that have had to go in the role of maybe even being the parent for a child that needs assistance like that. So that's a wonderful thing that you can do. Back when I was in college, I used to bring some friends home here, and one of the things they'd say about Smith County, they said, it looks like even the people that don't like you are nice to you.
Exactly.
So I always thought that was a kind of a funny statement to make, but Smith County is a pretty nice place.
It's the best place, I have to say.
I have to agree. Well, thank you guys for coming by. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, really appreciate you guys coming by. Folks, get involved in the pageant. If you've got a pretty young lady that's wanting to get some college scholarships, it's a really good way to do that, isn't it?
Very good way to do that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, as you know already, we're talking about the fair this week, and Mr. Dale Shoemake. Well, Dale, introduce yourself. Tell them what part of the fair you're involved in.
Yeah, as Mr. Bill said, my name is Dale Shoemake. I'm over anything to do with the outdoor arena, anything that goes on out there, the truck pulls, tractor pulls, four-wheelers, mud racing, anything like that. That's what I take care of.
Okay, well, and you kind of got a new hat to wear now
Yes,
as well. You helping with security, is that right?
Yes, sir. Mr. Hollis stepped down as head of security, so now I'm also doing security.
By the way, Hollis, we really appreciate what
Yes,
you've done
we do.
over the years.
He's still involved.
faithful.
He's highly involved. It's just he just stepped down from security.
Yeah. Well, Hollis been involved in this since the beginning.
Yes, sir.
And so it's good to have people like that are doing that. So if I get unruly, I'm going to see Dale Shoemake. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We'll take care of you. We'll put you in your place.
That's a good thing.
I'll put you on the road once.
You need that. You need that. But let's talk about more pleasant things.
Yes,
now,
sir.
The Saturday before the fair actually kind of starts that Monday, you got an event, don't you?
Right. On the Saturday prior to the fair, we'll have the antique tractor and truck pull. Usually starts around 7 o'clock, I believe. It'll run as long as they want to run them.
Okay, and that usually draws a pretty good crowd because
It does.
people
It's-
really enjoy that.
It's one of the bigger events here locally, of course, within Smith County. I mean, we're in the middle of the farm areas, whatever, but it does draw a pretty big crowd.
Well, and what I like about it is the word antique tractor pull. So
Yes, sir.
it's going to be the tractors that, like when I was a kid, people were out here on the farm using.
Some of these very tractors are in the field plowing the day before they bring them to the pool that night.
That's good. That's good. Okay, well now Sunday you kind of got off that
Off
Sunday,
day. Yes,
and then Monday you start. Now what's your event on Monday?
Monday night at 7 o'clock, we have a Race Tennessee series. It's the four-wheelers, the flat track racing. That's a big draw, too. We usually have anywhere from 150 to 300 four-wheelers involved in that.
Yeah, and you can hear them from the highway here.
Yes, sir.
They have a lot of fun.
It's
I
a
know.
big series. I mean, it's all across the state. They put on in DeKalb County and White County, Putnam County, Cumberland County. I mean, they cover a big area, and we're part of their series.
Okay, and so, of
We're
course you have
thankful to have them.
a lot of folks coming from it. Then Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, we have Smith County ATV Association is putting on a four-wheeler rodeo. It's, if you don't know what that is, it was popular back several years ago, then it kind of faded out, but now it's coming back pretty strong. They go down, they race around the barrels just like if it was a horse, you know, and event for horses or whatever. They race in and around the barrels. They cut in and out of them, and then they do a keyhole race at the end. It's a straight shot down around one barrel and straight shot back.
Okay, and that's got to be fun to
Yes,
watch
sir.
too.
It is,
And
it is.
you have several entries on that.
We do. A lot of the entries on that, we take it all the way down to a 50cc four-wheeler. So we have a lot of kids, more so kids in that one than we do in the like the flat track or whatever.
Yeah, and some of them ain't any taller than a
Right,
chair,
yeah.
are they?
3 to 5 years old.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, Wednesday night then.
Wednesday night we have the racing four-wheel drive mud trucks. They'll run the full length of the arena in like less than 20 seconds. I mean, it's amazing how fast they go. I say 20 seconds. I think it's more like 2 seconds,
Yeah.
2 to 3 seconds. But they're loud. They sling a lot of mud, but they're a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah, and if you like mechanized sports,
Yes, sir.
this is the place to be for this whole week.
Right.
Now, the really fun stuff. Well, I don't know. It depends on who you are. Some of the fun stuff continues on Thursday and Friday night. You got the same thing going on.
The fun stuff for me.
Yeah,
Because, of course, we sponsor the Demolition Derby. On Thursday night, we'll have all stock vehicles. We'll have front-wheel drives. We'll have stock V8s. We'll have the Special Derby. We usually have 2 or 3 participants in that. One of our locals has won it pretty much every year. They call him Big D. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but he's going to make an appearance again this year too.
All right, that is wonderful. Now, several years ago, you got the sheriff to get involved in that. Have you
Yeah.
ever been able to do that again?
Well, he says he's got older and he don't heal like he used to, so he don't much want to play with us anymore.
Well, I thought he was only in his 40s anyway.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
He's got
like
some experience at 40s.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
And then we had Wild Bill in it one year. We've had some good characters.
Yeah. Well, I know that year I got to watch the year he was in it.
Yes,
It was
sir.
pretty funny. He lasted till the very end, I think.
He did. He actually got second place.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah,
second
so
place.
he did good. Well, all right. Well, then
On Friday night, it'll be the modified front-wheel drives, modified V8s, where they're very loud, very fast. A lot of competition in that one. These guys they got $20,000 in a junk car that they're out there trying to win $1,000 back out. But they're
the math
all
don't
in.
make sense, does it?
No, but they're all in.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. And then the last night, of course, you got your truck pull.
Yes, sir.
right?
On Saturday night, we'll have a truck pull out here in the main truck pull arena. We'll have the Kentucky Association will be coming to put it on again this year. They've done us well in the past few years. Been a really, really good combination with us and them.
Well, it sounds like we got a good lineup, and I believe
Yes,
you're going to
sir.
draw some good crowds because of that.
I'm looking forward to the fair food myself.
Yeah, there you go. That lineup of food trucks
Yes, sir.
all the way around
Yes, sir.
it's hard to beat, that's for sure. Well, I tell you what, then, have we missed anything first?
I don't think so. I'm sure that we have missed something because there's a lot goes on. But what I'd like to say to the people out there, we put on a fair that's equivalent to like the state fair in Lebanon. I mean, we have major events, we have major sponsors, but we're charging less than a third of what they charge to get in. So if
Right.
you really are looking for a good night or a good week, come up here and see us.
Well, Stan mentioned that for $20 you can get a season pass, come
Yes,
to
sir.
every night, and $20 won't get you in some places for one night.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I think it's definitely a bargain. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, sir.
Well, all right, Dale, it's good to have you.
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
glad you came. And if I see you at the fair, I'm going to stand to attention now that I know you're in charge of security.
There you go.
All right.
I don't think I can fill Mr. Hollis's shoes, but we'll try.
Will you try? There you go.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Mr.
folks,
Bill.
come to the fair. Dale's got a lot of fun lined up for you. Okay, Miss Rachel, you are here. As of always, introduce yourself. Tell them who you with.
I'm Rachel Petty. I'm one of the 4-H agents in the UT-TSU Extension Office here in Smith County.
Okay, and you got a lot going on. I guess we'll start off with the fair. What's going on with you guys at 4-H and the fair?
So we just had an office conference actually this morning talking about the fair, getting ready. It is about a month away, which is hard to believe. Summer is a busy time, certainly in the 4-H world, with camps and conferences and all the different things that we have going on. But the fair is kind of the cornerstone of our summer. We have our youth exhibit room on on the 4-H side. So encourage anybody watching, if you are kindergarten through 12th grade, so not just 4-H age for our fair exhibit. So anybody that is in school can enter our 4-H exhibit room. If you are homeschool as well, but in that kindergarten through 12th grade age range, we would love to have your exhibit entries. We are taking everything from arts and crafts to sewing to canning to cooking. So something for everyone. And I love to see our young people have all of their talents on display during the week of the fair. So we're going to take exhibit entries on Friday, I believe it's June the 27th, and then Monday, June the 30th. So that Friday and Monday before the fair, we'll kind of take everything non-perishable. So those sewing entries, the canning entries, the crafts, the photographs, we'll take all of those on Friday, and then we'll take our more perishable entries of cooking and floriculture on that Monday before the fair, and we are going to be set up and ready to go from 7:30 until noon on both of those days.
Okay, and that's phenomenal that you're getting these young folks involved in this. I think that's wonderful. And I've looked at the exhibits every year, and they're just some outstanding exhibits in there, no doubt about that.
For sure. We have some really talented young people, and I love that sometimes we get examples of those heritage crafts that you think about, so the quilts and the canning, those things that we think about when we think about county fairs, and I love to see our young people getting involved, maybe through their grandparents or their parents or other people that they know through church groups or the community. Love to see them learning those skills so that they can pass them down someday.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Now, have we covered everything on the fair with 4-H?
So we do have a couple of livestock shows just generally with Extension and with 4-H. The poultry show is open to anybody, but we do have a category specifically for our chick chain pullets. So we've got a group of 4-Hers participating in the chick chain project, and they got those birds in April, so early April. So they've had a few months to grow, and we do have a category specifically for those 4-H chick chain students. So we would love to see some of your chick chain birds come back to the fair. But if you have backyard poultry, there are categories for all different kinds of birds. For ducks, we always get a few ducks entered into the open poultry show. So we would love to see your entries. That is going to be the Tuesday night of the fair. We also have our hog show on Thursday, goat show on Friday, and then sheep show on Saturday. So lots of things throughout the nights of the fair. If you have livestock, if you're interested in watching youth show livestock, we've got lots of cool opportunities for livestock shows at the fair.
Well, and that's wonderful to see these kids involved in that. Eggs were like gold.
That's right.
Here lately, so raising chicks is pretty good.
Yes, we had a lot of students participate in the chick chain this year.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, what else?
So I think that really covers kind of the basics of the fair. Like I said, come out. I know all of the people that talked today, all of the members of the fair board work really hard to put on the fair. Before I started this job in Extension, I really had no idea what it took. I think I was in middle school when the fair kind of came back. So I have lots of fond memories of being a kid coming to the fair, but I really had no idea what it took to put it on. So since I've worked for Extension, really gotten to look behind the scenes, gotten to get hands-on. I'm kind of helping to make it happen, and it takes a village. It takes everybody, all hands on deck. So I'm really appreciative to the community, and members of our community should come out and support the fair because we have a really cool fair. Definitely, I think one of the best around.
Well, and you got all these pieces, and then they come together that week, and that's what makes it work.
That's right.
We're now on into July, and after the fair, do you have any? You've got a few things going on, is that right?
Yes. So a few things coming up, kind of late summer in 4-H. My coworker Susanna right now is coaching the 4-H wildlife judging team. They're going to compete on at the state contest actually next week at the time of this taping, and they have hopes that they might make it to the national contest. So we'll see how all that shakes out. But that contest will be coming up later in the summer. We've also got a group of senior high students that are going to attend 4-H Roundup. So that's going to be at UT Knoxville this year. They're able to get together and show off their project work. We've got two seniors, so Gabe Harville and Kinley Davis will get to kind of have their last 4-H hurrah this summer. So we do a senior send-off at Roundup, and they'll get to be with all their friends for a week as they kind of look back on their 4-H careers and step forward into the next level. And Gabe, of course, is serving as the senior, the 4-H president of the senior high my 4-H council this year, and he will give up his office to the next person. So Gabe will give kind of a farewell address from his presidential position at Roundup. So we're all looking forward to that. Susanna is assigned, so she will be with all of those students that week at UT Knoxville. That's coming up at the end of July. And then a little sooner, kind of our next step, before even we get to the fair, we are headed to 4-H camp next week. So we've got lots of 4th through 6th graders. We've got 50 kiddos, a good team of adult and teen volunteers that are going to come with us to 4-H camp, and we're going to have a great week at the Clyde York 4-H Center this summer. So that'll kind of kick off our summer fun, and then we'll roll into the fair and into 4-H Roundup, and then before we know it, the school year will start, and we will be back in 4-H clubs.
Oh yeah, and it's wonderful how it just keeps cycling through, and you see these wonderful kids. Well, okay, I guess we've about covered it then.
I think so.
Well, as always, UT Extension has showed up in force. And Miss Mary, tell them who you are, what division you're with UT.
I'm Mary Draper. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent here in Smith County.
Okay, Mary, you got some things going on with FCE and some things during the fair, so why don't you go ahead and go through the list?
Yeah, so we're really excited for the fair. We're getting ready for that. We'll have FCE members down in Pioneer Village making crafts, so definitely make a point to go down there the fair week. And then we also have the inside exhibit area that's Family and Consumer Sciences that we help with. And so in that, there's 10 divisions. There's really a division for everyone, whether you do cooking or crafts or photography. There's really something for everyone. And in that, as long as you're a Smith County resident over the age of 18, you're eligible to enter. Or if you're in a family and community education club as well, we would love to have you enter in the adult exhibit area. First place receives $5, second place receives $4, and third place receives $3. And in that, we also have best of shows in each of the 10 categories, and we would really like to have you there.
And the big thing about that is they get to have bragging rights for a year.
Yes,
right?
and so the best of show has bragging rights as well as a $10 premium added to their check. There's no entry fee for any of the exhibits, and then they also get a gift as well. And so the dates for those, taking in those entries, we're going to take it on the Friday before the fair for anything that's non-perishable. So our things like our photography and our quilts, everything like that on Friday, June the 27th from 7:30 until noon. And then we're also going to take exhibits on Monday, but that is just for our floriculture and our cooking entries from 7:30 until noon. So everything else will be judged directly after we take entries on Friday.
Okay, and that, of course, they bring their entries here to the Ag Center building, correct?
Yes, so right here at the Ag Center, we'll be here again on Friday, June the 27th, for all those entries except for cooking and floriculture. We'll be here on the Monday.
And during that part of the fair, they're able to just drive in and drop their exhibits off, right?
Yes, so on the Monday when they're setting up, there might be a little bit more going on in the front, but on the Friday, definitely you can drive up to the building, and on the Monday, I believe you can still get into the entrance and just park on the sides. But yes, definitely can drive up to the building, so easy access.
Okay, and you guys, what was the time you're going to be here again?
7:30 until noon.
Okay, so if you got an entry you want to put in to the fair, it'd be a good time to do that. Now, do you have anything FCE you want to talk about after the fair or into July?
Well, I'm sure we have lots going on, but actually, I have I'm back on maternity leave, so I'm trying to just getting back in from there. But we're excited in the extension office to have. Two new additions. One is our agriculture agent, Will Herbert. And then also we have a summer intern, Courtney Dickens, who will be with us. But we're working on different things, and FCE definitely is working on different activities. I know that they're working on planners for the courthouse, different things like that.
Well, am I too early? Walk Across America, don't you do that sometime during the year?
Yeah, so we actually are in the middle of that. So that's definitely a program that we're doing. And then if you're interested in different exercise programs, that's some things that we'll have coming up, like Drums Alive at the Senior Center. We have Walk Across Tennessee going on now. We might have Tai Chi later on, depending on the interest. So definitely call the Extension office if you're interested in any of those opportunities.
Yeah, and I got to try Tai Chi. Colby, he used to make fun of me. I called it slow karate. But,
Well, it's a slow form of martial arts, so definitely could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they say it is excellent for you. So if you're out there and you're wanting something that's going to help you physically, these activities that you have are great.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate that.
All right. Well, Mary, thanks for coming by. If that's it? All right. Well, come by the fair, and if you need any more information on that, how do they get in touch with you guys?
You can call the Extension office at 615-735-2900.
Okay. Mary, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us, Bill.
And I like your black. Okay, we have a real treat here. We are getting to introduce our new Ag Extension agent. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me introduce yourself and tell us your official title.
So my name is Will Herbert. I am the Agricultural and Natural Resources Agent for Smith County.
Okay, now Will, what's your background? What school did you go to? Tell me a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, of course. So I am from Livingston, Tennessee. That's where I live right now. And so I went to the University of Tennessee to get my bachelor's degree in animal science. And then I got my master's through UT as well, through the Agricultural Leadership Education and Communication Department at UT.
Okay,
So,
that, you come from a good place too.
Yeah, I
There's a
love
lot of good
UT.
folks.
Yeah.
We've got some good chamber directors and stuff all around up there. Mr. Bill Robbins is a good friend. He's from the area. Anyway, I
Okay.
won't get into that.
No, that's
we
okay.
need to talk about you. Okay, as Ag Extension agent, what's going to be some of your duties here as you serve here in the county?
Well, first of all, I just want to serve everybody here in the county, anybody that's interested in agriculture. I want them to be able to reach out and feel free to reach out with any questions they may have. I want to extend into the master programs as much as I possibly can so we can reach as many people as possible as well. And I want to be able to get all the information that I can get from the people around to know exactly how I can cater to the needs of the people here in Smith County.
Okay, well now they've taught Master Beef courses
Yes, sir.
here, so you're going to continue with that.
Absolutely.
And they have lunch and learns too. I don't know if
Yes.
you're going to be continuing with that.
I am, and I'm slowly getting lunch and learns planned here in the future in the next few weeks. So we'll see how that goes and how that plans out. But definitely lunch and learns in the near future.
Okay, well you can come back on the show and announce, each month when you're doing something
Absolutely.
like that. That'd be great.
Yes, sir.
Well, I know if somebody is out there and they're having trouble in a field or they're having an issue with this or that's agricultural related, you're the guy to call. Is that right?
Absolutely, and I'll be more than happy to help. Whether that be just a quick phone call or whether that be me going in person, I would be happy to do that and figure out any issues that we can find solutions for it.
Okay, and you guys can do soil testing. And,
Absolutely.
And just basically anything.
Yes.
One of our previous agents, I consider him a good friend, Chris Hicks.
Yes, sir.
Do you know Mr. Hicks?
Oh, I know him. I met him through the application process and the interview process. He's a great guy.
He was the meanest agent we ever had.
Meanest
No,
one?
I'm joking. I'm joking. No,
I'll tell him you said that.
Chris is a great guy. Well, he and I
he is.
picked at each other for years on these interviews.
Oh, yeah.
No, Chris is a great guy, and he. I'm not really sure what his position is. He is regional, I believe.
Yeah,
now.
he's over the Central Region now. So Central Region couldn't pick a better guy to do that.
Chris,
so.
you need to come back down and see us. I need to interview you again.
Yes.
Don't you think that'd be maybe sometime you
We'll
can
put a seat right here for you.
Yeah, we'll wrangle him and get him to come in. We'll do an interview, and you and I'll put him in the middle and pick on him a little
That's
bit.
right. That little monkey in the middle there.
In fact, Chris, he of course lives here in Smith County.
Yes, sir.
And he's born and raised here, so we're kind of proud of him.
Absolutely. And I've been reaching out to him with questions and stuff like that. So he's a good resource for me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he told me one time that he could identify plants,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I took and I picked a weed out of the field over my farm.
Did
I
you?
laid it on the dash of the truck. I let it stay there about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, and then I took it to him and said, "Okay, what is it?"
What'd he say?
He told me.
Did he really?
I don't remember what it was, but
Oh,
he
wow.
told me. So he does a good job.
Yeah, he does pretty
well,
good.
Well, Will, is there anything else you'd like to say? I know the phone number is 615-735-2900.
2900, yes, sir.
And you guys are in the office over there in South Carthage.
Yes, sir.
So if anybody wants to get in touch with you, they can call that number.
Feel free to call, and then I'm available anytime that you guys reach out. So just wanted to let you all know that I do have experience in beef cattle and forages, nutrition, poultry, previous employments and all that, but I dabble in a little bit of everything. So if there's any questions that you may have, I can definitely get you the answers for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to working with Smith County and anything that they send my way.
All right. Well, Will, I know I'm not the first, but welcome to Smith County.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, happy to be here.
All right, folks, if you've got an agricultural situation, call Will up. Well, we have Mr. Preston. Well, Preston, it's better for you to introduce yourself and tell them who you're with.
Of course, I'm Preston London. I'm the Youth Engagement Coordinator at Community Wellness Alliance, or known as Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition. We've had a name change and a brand change, so we've been slowly transitioning into that.
Right, and you guys moved to New Digs too, right?
Yeah, we're at the new Shoulders building. We were at Domino's, and then we moved over to across the street, essentially, over to the Shoulders TV building. And we've been there for about 2 months now.
Yeah.
Been really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, it's a good building for you guys, and they got plenty of parking. So,
Oh, yeah,
so
absolutely.
that's what helps.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on with the community wellness right now?
Yeah, right now we've got this upcoming Thursday, we have a event called Popsicles and Pages. I believe that is starting at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. You can check Facebook for 100% sure. But we're going and we're bringing some popsicles and a book, and we're going to have a little meeting over with the kids in the community to read a book and enjoy some popsicles over at Crump Paris Park.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that we're enjoying. That's going to happen multiple times over the course of June. Which we are really looking forward to that, because we really believe in going into the next generation and teaching drug prevention to them.
Right. Well, that is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Now, the fair is going to be going on the last day of June and into July. What have you got going on in July?
In July, we have, I know for the Youth Coalition, we have our Glow for Life party. It will be closer to the end of July, July 30th from 5 to 8. We'll be having a Glow for Life party. What it is for those who keep up with us, we had our event canceled in May, our out of school bash, so all of the stuff that we had planned for that went down the drain. So what we did is we picked ourselves up, we turned it around, and we're blowing it up bigger and better indoors where thunderstorms cannot affect what we do. But it's going to be black lights, glow in the dark, you name it, we've got it. As far as visual effects goes, it's going to have live entertainment, we're going to have raffle prizes, we're going to have food. It's going to be a wonderful time. At the very least, you guys come out and skate. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun things for us to do down there. So that's one of the biggest things that we've got going on in July that I'm really looking forward to putting on.
Okay, now where is this going to be?
This is going to be at the skating ring in Carthage, Happy J skating ring.
Out on Highway 25.
Yeah, down on Highway 25. We're going to be getting there, like I said, about 5 o'clock is when everything's going to start. Games, food, entertainment, all that stuff.
Okay, is there a admission charge, or is this
Oh, no,
free
this
event?
is 100% free as of all of our stuff that we do. This is 100% investment into the community from us, which we, like I said, at the very least, come out and pay us a visit. Worst case scenario, you leave there seeing a whole bunch of people having a good time.
Right. Well, and that's a wonderful thing that you guys do for the community, and of course it's been that way for quite some time. So,
Absolutely,
So that's good. Anything after that one, or are you still making plans?
Over in June still, we had it today, and we're having another one next week on Tuesday. We're having a lay off alcohol. We're setting up at Walmart, and we're going to be handing out lays that have name tags, bringing awareness that minors under the age of 21 aren't allowed to have alcohol nor to be served alcohol. To keep awareness to that, showing them that the law is still the law, you know.
Well, exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, and one of the things a lot of people, from a medical standpoint, I've read a lot about this in your prefrontal cortex. It's still developing up until you're 26 years old.
Yes.
And alcohol use actually affects that and retards that in some cases. Some people it's worse than others. Some people it don't affect them as bad, but it does have a detrimental effect on that. So it's best to stay away from that stuff as much as you can.
Absolutely. We want to make sure that our kids here in Smith County have the absolute best edge that they can on making the best life that they can for themselves. And the best way that we can do that is to make sure that they do not get hooked and abuse these substances that are out there.
Well, and you know, a lot of times people, there's a call for people to, hey, watch out for this stuff. I know when I was a kid, nobody thought smoking was really anything wrong with it. And then all of a sudden, as time went on, you realized that it was really bad for you, and it did cause cancer, and it did cause these things, and emphysema and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of wisdom in listening to the word moderation in all things.
Absolutely.
So that you can keep your health, because one of the worst things in the world is to go through your life and realize that you damaged yourself because you weren't able to take care or weren't able to accept this advice. And that's what you guys do.
Absolutely.
You try to get some good information out. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bill, for allowing us to come over here and to show what we have going on over on DTC.
Okay, how do they contact you? If somebody got questions about drug awareness or some of the events that's going on, how do they contact you?
You can contact us. There are numerous ways. You can contact through Facebook. You can contact us at the office. The phone number to it, you can find it online. If you look up Smith County Drug Prevention, is there. Facebook is a really good way to get a hold of us, as I said earlier. If you want to get a hold of the Youth Coalition, you can also get a hold of them through the main coalition page, or you can contact the main Facebook page. But like I said, Facebook, or come see us in person down at the Old Shoulders building, is both all great ways to come and contact us.
Okay. Well, Preston, thank you for coming by.
Of course.
And you guys doing a great job. And tell Kayla and Tammy and everybody else we said hey.
Yes, thank you, Bill.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our show today. We obviously talked about the fair quite a bit, and we hope you'll come down and see it. It's at the Smith County Ag Center, obviously, and it's going to be going on through June 30th through July the 5th, and they're going to have fireworks, as we mentioned in the show earlier, so you need to come down and see that. And also like to announce this will kind of be into the month a little bit. So June the 13th and 14th, the Bluegrass Festival is going on in Defeated Creek. And of course, the fair is the 30th through the 5th, as we mentioned. And then on July the 19th, we've got the Back to School Bash. So if you've got kids that need school supplies, they'll need to go by and see that. I want to thank everybody that showed up to talk with us today. Really appreciate them doing the show. We hope you enjoyed it, and may God bless you. We'll see you in July.